Brock's back.
Reigns versus Seth at SummerSlam.
And finally, the World Cup is mentioned. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX, the best wrestling channel you've never heard of. I'm Michael.
I am Sally.
So, after recapping Night of Champions, we begin with the King of the Ring, Oba Femi. He introduces himself as the 2026 King of the Ring winner, then recounts that he told Jey Uso destiny was on his side. He cites that a choice has to be made, but before that choice is announced, out comes the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman.
2 days late, Brock.
Yes, now you'll understand that if you've seen our predictions for Night of Champions. If you haven't, go and have a quick look, even though it's all done and dusted. Anyway, Brock enters the ring and congratulates Oba before saying he may be able to help him with his decision, which I didn't really understand why he said that. No. He then says he's been informed that when he's not here, Oba called him a pitch, obviously Heyman being a little grass there. Brock then says, you know what they say, talk shit, get hit.
Do they?
Apparently. Brock then kicks Oba in his little rulers before landing an F5. He and Heyman then leave the ring, but Oba regroups, grabs the mic, and tells Lesnar he's still a bitch.
Nice.
With Oba adding he'll face Lesnar at SummerSlam, with Lesnar saying he'll accept and one-up him by making it a Hell in a Cell. I tell you what, if Oba doesn't win that, we're rioting.
Yeah, definitely.
Brock, just go home. Like, everybody else understands that they're getting on and it's time to knock it on the head.
Just leave it.
Just let it go, Brock.
Yeah. We cut to Heyman and Adam Pearce talking about the match at SummerSlam in the back, with Pearce not seeming too keen. Austin Theory then appears and asks Heyman why he hasn't been taking his calls and that he didn't know he was here. Heyman replies, well, now you know, and then walked off. So basically, he's dropped him.
There's something else that happens later that we'll cover that makes me think, this is done.
Pearce then heads off and bumps into Oba. He asks if this is what he wants, with Oba saying yes, the title can wait.
Yes, it can. I think he'll get it, but just not yet, because when he does have it, I think he'll have it for a hell of a long time.
He should.
So up first, Ethan Page versus Rey Mysterio. Page looks to demask Rey when on the middle rope and then drops him on the top turnbuckle, sending Mysterio to the outside just as we break. 2 count covers are exchanged, but luckily for us, Mysterio hits the 619 before landing a frog splash and covering for the 1-2-3. Surprised at that, because you know how they like to bring up the new ones, put them with somebody that's got some ring craft, give them the win. But I don't know what this does for Page. I'm not bothered.
JD and Dom then enter Danhausen's lair, looking for the little weirdo.
Can we say that?
I don't know.
Okay.
When they see a gift from the Knicks, they plan to use the present, possibly a signed photo, to lure Hausen out.
Now, why we're still talking about the Knicks winning the whole of the NBA, I don't know. Because there's a World Cup on, guys. Come on, get with the programme. The Knicks was like 4 weeks ago. I don't know. And apart from Americans, nobody cares.
Back from the break, Joe Hendry in the ring invites out the Street Profits. Ford dances around for a bit before thanking the WWE Universe, Seth Rollins, and finally Joe Hendry. Hendry then sings a ditty about the new tag champs and the Vision pretty much are done with.
Yeah, I've not gone into the details of the song, but he basically speaks about them all, or sings about them all, and basically saying Austin Theory's the only one left.
Yes, yeah.
So,
fair. Yeah. Hendry then singles out Austin Theory in his song, with Theory himself then heading out.
New programme.
He says next week there's going to be a rematch for the tag titles.
Oh, maybe they aren't done.
Before turning his fury to Hendry, saying he's going to destroy his ass in the ring tonight. Hendry says we could wait till later, or we could do this right now.
Is this WWE? Or we're watching
I don't know what's going on.
So, next up, Joe Hendry versus Austin Theory. Hendry picks up the win after a standing ovation. I think that's what the finish is called. Nobody called it, and I'm not sure.
No idea. Backstage, Raquel Rodriguez is looking for a shot at the Intercontinental title, with Pierce saying others are looking for a shot too, like Maxxine Dupri, with Pierce then making a match for the pair later. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez then rock up, with Liv airing her concerns about Iyo Sky and Danhausen and the curse. Rodriguez tells her not to worry about Sky as she has her back.
Iyo Sky heads out next. No idea why. I mean, what's she going to say? We know what's happening. We know she won and who she'll face at SummerSlam, so I don't know what she's going to say. Anyway, what she does say is she came back as the Queen and then places the crown on her head, which is good. That's what you want to see.
Yeah,
that's what it's about.
For.
You've won it. It's like they're ashamed to put it on your head.
It's weird.
Right. Think of the industry that you're in, right? Just put the crown on your head. That's what it's all about. It's for the kids and some older people. Anyway, she says she's beaten Liv and will beat her again. Now, are we just going to have these two talking for the next 4 weeks? Because what can you do?
Yeah.
Anyway, out comes Liv.
Obviously.
She claims Sky got lucky because she got cursed by Danhausen and doesn't respect Sky anymore. In fact, she's peed her off. At SummerSlam, Liv claims she will absolutely destroy her. By this time, Rodriguez and Perez have surrounded the ring, but Sky manages to fight them off and then looks for the moonsault to Liv. This was a bad idea as the other two regroup, with the three of them then hammering Sky, with Liv hitting her with Oblivion. See, she's got no friends, has she, Sky?
No.
Morgan then applies the half Boston Crab to Sky's damaged knee, damaging it even further, with backstagers eventually heading out and Liv releasing the move. See, and the thing is, with Ripley being injured, she could have come out for the save, even though we've seen that like a million times. She's literally on her own.
Yeah. Next up, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso with Jay.
At this point, I paused as Germany versus Paraguay had ended in a draw and gone to a penalty shootout. Paraguay won 4-3, by the way, so Germany are out. Just a little World Cup update.
Back to the wrestling.
Please do.
Knight tells Jay to stay in his seat. He's on comms before the match gets underway. LA rolls out the leg sweep and neck breaker before Jimmy hits a super kick and spear before covering for 2.
Jimmy then went high, but Knight caught up to him and landed a superplex before covering for 2. We then head outside with Knight then scaring Jay by threatening to throw Jimmy into him. Knight then throws Jimmy into the ring before blindsiding Jay with a kick. Back in the ring, Knight lands an inverted DDT and top rope elbow before looking for the BFT.
Jay, though, gets on the apron with Knight knocking him off. This distraction is enough for Jimmy to roll up LA from behind and score the victory.
It's 1-1 now.
After the match, Jay gets in the ring and rounds on Knight, but while he's doing this, Solo appears on the apron and spikes Jimmy, who's resting on the ropes. Jay then heads over to Solo, but he escapes into the crowd, with Knight then BFTing Jay.
This is going to be a SummerSlam match. The Usos against Solo
You reckon?
and Knight. No, I don't, but you can see it though.
It's too nice, gotta fill it.
Like, Knight's like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because Solo was like, come on. And
I've got no friends.
It will just, yeah. We then see some backstage footage from Night of Champions of Gunther arguing with Nick Aldis. Gunther says Aldis is jealous because he's a failed wrestler, with the pair then grabbing and pushing one another. We then cut back to Cole, who says the pair have been sent home, oh no, with Nick Aldis being placed on administrative leave. Adam Pearce will now be running Raw and SmackDown.
Is that double pay then?
Well, it's got to be, hasn't it? Double the
thought
work,
so, yeah.
double the pay.
Back from the break, Jimmy and Jay ask Fatu why he wasn't there for them, with the werewolf saying he takes orders from the OTC, not them.
It's like they forget.
I know, yeah, like he's literally told them every week, come on.
Come on, guys.
He then says he has orders from the OTC to go to SmackDown and finish this with Solo. Jay then says he's going to SmackDown too, to challenge Sammy.
So LA Knight is coming out to save Solo.
More than likely,
Or it's going to be Solo and LA, which we've just said, against Fatu and Jay.
Oh, maybe.
And Solo and Knight will win.
Because them two won't get along.
Causing Jay and Fatu some friction. Yeah. Yes, we've literally written a SmackDown already. That's a better match than whatever they're going to come up with.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's what you want to see. We then get a vignette from Lyra Valkyria, who appears dishevelled, isn't losing any sleep over what happened, and wants to bring Bayley to the top with her. She didn't want to hurt Bayley, but it felt good to close that gap just a little more, which I don't really understand what she's saying there.
Don't know.
She's in the boiler room, no makeup, hair all. So is she going gaga like
She must have
Bailey
caught
was? Yeah, whatever
Bailey's
Bailey
crazy
had.
or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's the answer.
Because that works like that. Backstage, Maxxine Dupri passes Chad Gable on the way to the ring and apologises to him for how she handled herself last week. Gable says she doesn't need to apologise and just to focus on her match.
Yeah, she didn't apologise for what she said. She was just how she handled it. She meant what she said, but it was just how she delivered it. So she's still not happy with him. Anyway, breaking news. We actually have our first mention of the World Cup.
What?
With Cole, I know, with Cole telling us we have this 2026 World Cup belt. He also adds that Germany just got knocked out, which I told you about 5 minutes ago.
And the belt is ugly.
Yes.
Next up, Maxxine Dupri versus Raquel Rodriguez in a number 1 contenders match for the Women's Intercontinental title.
See, I didn't see them actually say that, but after the match, they said, "Oh, now you're going to go and face Sol Ruka."
So it was
but they never said this is
before.
Never heard him say it. I mean, I might have nodded off at this point, but they did not. Might have been watching Paraguay Germany.
Yeah, I was going to say watch too much football. Rodriguez dominates, catches a kick from Dupri, and turns it into a Tahana bomb. Big Mommy call, then covers, and picks up the win.
Yeah, it wasn't
Obviously.
exciting, but yeah. Anyway, we then cut to Danhausen's lab where he realises his Knicks gift has been stolen. Nice acting.
Thanks.
Liv Morgan then walks in laughing, saying they trashed his lab because he stole 100,000 from Dom, electrocuted JD and cursed her, costing her the Queen of the Ring. She then threatens him to make it right or the Judgment Day will continue making his life a living hell. When did he steal this money?
I don't know.
They're just making stuff up now.
Well, he stole it, so we must have not seen it. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, he was that sneaky.
Yeah. To the last match of the night and the main event of the evening. Chad Gable versus JD McDonagh. Dom with JD is wearing a shirt that was apparently gifted to Danhausen.
Yeah, so it wasn't a signed photo. Because
No.
you didn't see the front of it. It must have been a Nick shirt within a frame. So he's wearing that. Yay.
We begin with some wrestling moves before we swap about 6 or 7 2-count covers, counters and reversals. Gable then locks in the ankle lock, but Dom pushes the ring apron into the ring, allowing JD to grab it and pull himself out the ring.
Yes, I liked this because it's actually wrestling.
Yeah.
I said whenever it's Gable, it's wrestling.
Of course, yeah.
Gable follows with JD shoving him into the ring steps as we then break. We come back and we're in the ring with 2 German suplexes, a release German suplex and cover, but only for 2 from Gable. Gable then attacks JD in the corner before running at him, where JD then hits a Spanish fly and covers for 2. We exchange more 2-count covers, with Gable then going for the ankle lock once again, but JD escaping.
Gable decides to go high, with Dom then distracting him. This allows JD to get up to Gable, hit a Spanish fly and cover, but again only for 2. Danhausen then appears and places a case on the timekeeper's barrier.
Side note, behind the case is a really massive thick black wire. Not suspicious at all.
No. Dom goes after him, with the pair then running through the crowd. Gable then tries to suplex a distracted JD, but he counters into cover, which Gable rolls through and then places McDonagh in the ankle lock. This is enough for JD as he taps out. After the match, JD and Dom head over to the case and open it, which of course explodes when opened.
Oh, so funny.
Hausen then appears and takes the Nick shirt back, but as he's celebrating up the rampway, Rodriguez attacks him from behind and steals it back.
So it's another lantern situation like the Wyatts and the MFTs. So now that Judgment Day have got it back, the next week Danhausen's going to get it back, but then the Judgment Day are then going to get it back. Many backs, but basically that's what's going to happen.
Fun times.
Backstage, Theory asks Dupri what that was, meaning speaking to Gable, with Dupri saying it's complicated. Theory tells her if she wants to go back down that road, then maybe this isn't working out.
What's not working?
Actually heard them talking for once. Theory then goes with Tozawa and Otis appearing. They ask her if she's okay, with Dupri saying she doesn't know. See, that's what I mean.
So
That's
they
what I
already
said.
broke up.
Seems so. It's not even started.
I know.
But that's what I mean. I wonder if Theory is whispering in her ear and like, no, be stronger. Don't accept anything.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So to the last section of the night, Roman Reigns with Fatu.
Now, I was wondering what he was going to say because Oba has opted to go for Lesnar.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really to say. But to my pleasant surprise, out came Seth Rollins.
After about a 20-minute stare-off,
Not quite.
talk. Hello, my brother, says Seth, before mentioning the Shield. Seth then tells Reigns he's in possession of a title that belongs to him, and it is time to collect.
Ooh, serious. Reigns tells Seth he must be confused. He's the back of the line and hasn't done anything of late to earn a shot at the tribal chief. Seth says he can play that game with everyone else, but when it comes to him, he's always at the front of the line. Seth then says that everything that Reigns has done, he owes him, and that everything he's become, he owns him.
Seth runs through WrestleMania 41 and 40 and various other times he's beaten or got one over on Reigns, citing he's owned Reigns since he put a steel chair in his back and ended the Shield.
Jeez, that's like 20 years ago.
I know. Seth then says he's going to give Reigns something, and that there's one thing in his career he's not been able to do. Beat him. He's here to give him that opportunity, and that may be the last chance to do so.
Seth says there's a new generation of young men and women coming through, and that this may be our last chance to do this dance. He goes on for ages. He talks about Reigns' Hall of Fame career and how he might induct him. But if he doesn't accept this challenge, he'll never be able to escape the ghost of Seth Rollins.
Reigns replies saying he doesn't want to beat him, he needs to beat him. And at SummerSlam, that's exactly what he's going to do before accepting the challenge. Reigns then raises the title, with Raw then going off the air, with him muttering towards Rollins as he heads up the rampway.
See, we're filling this SummerSlam card already. See, Night of Champions, you had Jade Cargill practically on the eve of Night of Champions.
Yeah.
Not quite, I know. Saying, yeah, we need some star power at Night of Champions. Stratton, I'm
Chuck
taking
me a
you
match
on.
in.
They just started having, let's have a match. Whereas this, we've already got 3 matches. Reigns, Rollins,
Well, it's a big one, isn't it?
Sky
You guys set 'em up
Morgan.
before.
and Lesnar and Oba.
Yeah.
So we're filling it already. It's just going to be interesting to see that title match between... No, the Rollins and the Reigns, they didn't say it was a title. They didn't say the title was on the line, but one
But that's
has
what
got
Rollins
to presume
wants, so...
is it going to be a title match. So I think that's going to be straight 1-on-1. Whereas the other one, I think that's going to be more involved. Like, as I've always said, they like the SummerSlam to be the WrestleMania of summer.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to have Jay, you're going to have Sammy, Gunther will be back. Why not put Rhodes in? Why not just have a massive 4 or 5 way title match just to be like, wow, yeah. Because this is, as I say, this is your WrestleMania of the summer. Why not just bang a load of them in together and just let it go?
Yeah.
Anyway, so now for Michael's match, that's me. Moment of the night. Yes,
That was
this
me.
could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, quirky, different. Just something that catches my eye.
Cool.
Obviously, it has to wait until the end because if they do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler.
Yeah.
So, Michael's moment of the night is them mentioning the World. No, it's not. Most of it. Brock and Oba fighting at SummerSlam. Theory and Dupri actually exchanging audible words.
Not just...
Seth versus Reigns at SummerSlam. As I said, he didn't say for the title, but it has to be.
It has to be.
And then Gable versus JD was a decent match. As I say, Gable.
It's Gable.
It's Gable. I think he's underused really, and he does need a title on him. The only thing I'm not keen on is all the Spanish flies that JD does. He was absolutely battered in the corner by Gable. And then Gable comes at him again and he just comes out in Spanish fly. It's too much. When you see the same thing over and over, like the dive train from Fraxium, I've seen that now. Do up your game, as I was saying to you, like Oba Femi. It's all about power. Yeah, but eventually you're going to get fed up with a fall from grace, the running up to the corner.
Yeah, and just the throw.
And the throw across the ring. You're going to get fed up with that. So as I said to you, why don't you just go on the bottom rope and drop an elbow? Don't have to go high.
Hogan
I know.
styling.
Yeah, well,
Oh, no, it was his leg drop.
Yes,
sorry,
it was a leg drop. But just go up and drop an elbow. Do a Samoan drop.
I don't expect no flips.
No, yeah, but just mix it up with a different move.
I mean, obviously,
on the odd occasion.
he was in NXT for a while, so we don't know what.
No, we don't watch
We've only
NXT.
really
We've never said that.
Seen him do more of a squash match.
I appreciate he's a big guy and it's all about the power. Understandable, and he's obviously got fantastic stamina, endurance, because of how much it takes to put the guy down.
Yeah.
But just adding the odd move now and again. Surely you've got that many people in the back that you can say, "What do you think I can do to improve myself?" Oh, why don't you try putting this?
Especially
in?
at your big shows, that's when you pull out like different moves.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
Just something a little bit different. Anyway, sorry.
If you have your own thoughts or views that you'd like to share with us, then please do leave them in the comment section just down below.
Not quite what she said, but yes.
Yeah. Also, don't forget to go check out our Muses video where we talk more about what's happened this past week in WWE, with a new one dropping every
time Messi scores at the World Cup, because it's on.
I mean, maybe not that often, we haven't got that much time, but every Wednesday.
As always, thank you for watching. Here comes the boring bit. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and join our Patreon, even though we don't have one.
And we'll see you Wednesday for a look at this past week in WWE, and Saturday when we take a look at SmackDown.